Welcome, respected Shrota Sadhakas. It's a delight to have you every day while we are remembering Sri Rama Bhagavan, while we are remembering Sri Vaashishtha the Rishigana, while we are remembering the Parabrahma Tattva as our goal, while we are trying to study these glorious Shastras. It's a great delight. I believe it's a very good initiative, very good endeavor. And surely, when we are regular, serious, sincere, committed, never give up, definitely the higher, greater, deeper understandings regarding the goal and means we are going to have. Grace is there very much. When we invoke it, that will be in abundance, leading to these beautiful understandings of Tattva Jnanas, Sadhanas, Anubhutis. May we commit to ourselves not to give up this endeavor of Shastra Adhyanam for any reasons, outer inner. Loka Sevaka Dharmasthavaka Viragi Bhakta Shishya Mumukshu Jignasu Shrota Sadhaka Parishrami Prerita Prashanta Gambhira Sanskrita Bhasha Jnata Vyakarana Sahita. These are the Vyaktitvas we have to focus to develop. Taking the help of the Brahma Tattva, the Ishvara Tattva, the Jagannatha Tattva, the Devata Ganas, the Guru Ganas, and also the Shastra Ganas of Shruti Smriti Purana Itihasa. Wonderful friends, great Shastra is this Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana, whose study we are trying our best to go through every day. So many good things are being taught to us. We are into the second Mumukshu Vyavahara Prakaranam. In this also, we are into the 19th, last but one SARGA, talking about PRAMANA NIRUPANAM. So, in that, what will be told to us is the Paramatma is Pratyaksha Anubhava Gamya through the Vicharana as guided by the Gurus. While doing so, we will be really experiencing the Paramatma Tattva in such a manner that in all anubhavas, through the upadhis, as the jagat is seen by others, so by this jnani, by this vicharavan purusha, Paramatma only pratyaksha rupena experienced. Means where we see sun and moon and star and trees and oceans and rivers and mountains, he will see pratyaksha rupena Paramatma anubhuti only. He may play in the Kalpita Jagat to be at our level to avoid the confusion. But for him, the Pratyaksha Anubhuti is how can there be anything other than the Brahman, and how can I be the other than the Brahman? So everything is Brahman, that Brahman is me. These are the two sentences, essence of entire Vedanta given in all Upanishads. More straight and perfect way in Mandukya. Isn't it? Two sentences in Mandukya. Sarvam hi etat Brahma, ayamatma Brahma. That pratyaksha rupena he will experience through vichara. So in this way, believe in this pratyaksha pramana, pratyaksha anubhuti through the vichara. Start. I will be guiding you in the vichara. This is what is Shri Vasishthaji's thought. In this particular sarga, we have seen yesterday the Upamana Upameya Sambandha to a great extent. One or two shlokas more are there in it. Thereafter, this Pramana Vichara will be done in the remaining shlokas of this Sarga. Let us start with our Parayana like every day and Sankalpa. Om. 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 Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsa Rishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyah. Om Yairime Gurubihi Purvam पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्व सत्शास्त्राः तान्नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. ओम श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनामवरानने. ओम तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे. विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं. तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः. पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरभिकलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने. यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये. ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम्. एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. ओं परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यासादि ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुति स्मृति पुराणे इतिहास संतवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनि गुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रह अनुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां मोक्षमार्गाणां गुरुशिष्य भक्त भगवत् परम्परादीनां पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थं अस्मिन् सनातन धर्म संस्थापने कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यदिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालय भूभागादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापना उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रूणां शाश्वतरूपेण समूल निर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्ष धर्म पुरुषार्थ प्रतिष्ठा द्वारा विश्व संरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थं अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सर्वेषां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद् देवता गुरु शास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा माता पितृ देश धर्म सनातन धर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थमनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रस्य पारायणमध्ययनं तदनन्तरं धन्याष्टकस्तोत्रस्य अध्ययनं तदनन्तरं संक्षिप्त स्कन्दपुराणपारायणं तदनन्तरं प्रस्थानत्रयपारायणे तैत्तिरीयोपनिषदः भृगुवल्याः पारायणं वयं सर्वे मोक्षार्थं जन्मसाफल्यार्थं भारतवर्षार्थं विश्वकल्याणार्थं च करिष्यामहे। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्रपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीयोगवासिष्ठमहारामायण शास्त्रं मङ्गलाचरणश्लोकाः। ॐ यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभोः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्माद् आनन्दस्याम्बरेवनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। ॐ अथ द्वितीय मुमुक्षु व्यवहार प्रकरणं प्रमाणनिरूपणं नाम एकोनविंशतितमः सर्गः। श्रीवसिष्ठ उवाच। So, beautiful mantras we are given yesterday. What are the things? If you see in that 8th and ninth mantra, though we have seen up to 11th mantra, just because it's important and gives us continuity, we are trying to observe the guidance teachings of great sage Vasishtha. See, शास्त्रोपदेश सौजन्य प्रज्ञा तज्ञ समागमैः अंतरांतर संपन्न धर्मार्थोपार्जन क्रियः तावद् विचारयेत् प्राज्ञः यावत् विश्रांतिम् आत्मनि संप्रयाति अपुनर्नाशां शांतिं तुर्य पदाभिधाम. Very carefully we have to grasp it. He says, Shastra Upadesha. Get the Upadesha of the Shastras from the Gurus. In the Shastra, the three things that are told are one is Varnashrama Dharma Vyavahara for our outer obligational clarity. Right? Second thing told in the Shastras are the Upasanas and Yajna. They can be done for the outer Phala Prapti. Samsara continues with that. They can be done for the Antakarana Shuddhi and Ishwaranugraha. We have to do this as a pure sadhakasa Paramatma Tattva. Then in the third portion, the Shastra Upadesha is about the Parabrahma Tattva. Its nature, it is a reality, it is all pervading, it is our own essential self that has to be realized, then only the moksha, and this is how it has to be realized. This is what is the third Upadesha given in the Shastras. Therefore, Shastra Upadesha gained. Then the as per the Shastra, Varna Ashrama Vyavahara we are doing and Upasanas also we are doing. Such person is called as Sujana. Therefore, Saujanya. Second point. And Shastropadesha, we have studied Shastras, lived according to the Shastra, the first two stages of Varnashram Dharma, Yajna Upasana. Then we have become Sujana. Cleared all our obligations through the Varnashram Dharma, purified Antakarana through Yajnayaga, therefore we have become Sujana. Then Prajna, intellectual knowledge thoroughly gained of the Paramatma Tattva. And what helps us in this? Tagnya Samagamaihi. Tatgnya Samagamaihi. By being in the company of Tatgnya. Tat is Parabrahma. Gnya means knowers. By being in the company of the knowers of the truth, Antara Antara Sampanna Dharmartha Uparjana Kriya means the one who is in between, doing some works for the dharma, the obligatory duties, then artha for the survival. He is not like the other one who was working only for artha, thereafter using that artha for the kamana. No, he is now doing the work for artha only for survival, and he is in the world only for dharma. More than that, he is not involving in the world at all. Then what is he doing? He is doing, or he is supposed to do vicharana with the jnana gained from the Shastra about the self which is there in the cave of our own heart. So, till what time that vicharana has to be done? Tavad vicharayet, again prajnaha, that knowledgeable person who gained about knowledge about the self and its place of availability and the way to realize it. That prajna vyakti tavad vicharayetu. Till that he has to do meditation, contemplation, vicharana. In that you can say the Anvaya Vyatireka sadhanas, Adhyaropa Apavada sadhanas. Till that time you'll have to do. Till what time? Yavat Vishrantim Atmi Samprayati. Means he will find the peace of realizing his essential self, merging his pseudo self in the real self. यावत् आत्मनि विश्रांतिम आपनुयात संप्रयाति यावत् विश्रांतिम आत्मनि सम्यक प्रयाति यावत् till that point of time of vishrantim stabilization in the pure atman samyak prayati he obtains, means the doubtless direct experience that I am that infinite atman. Because he discovered himself to be that infinite atman, apunaha na asham. Punaha, there will be no sankalpa asha to obtain anything. Because he has discovered his infinite nature. Because no asha is there, shantim. The absolute shanti he is in. This is called as Turiya Pada Avidam. Turiya Pada or Turiya Pada or Chaturtha Pada or Brahma Pada or Atma Pada or Moksha Pada or Kaivalya Pada or Nirvana Pada. Pada means state of being. Names can be any of them. So that he is the one who has experienced. So in this shloka, all sadhanas from outer up to inner are mentioned. All are important. Gain the Shastra Jnana, finish your Vyavahara obligations, duties, through Yagnopasana, purify yourself. Then, by being in the company of the realized masters, keep on doing the Vicharana till the real self in us is realized. The sign of which is the experience of infinitude, therefore, no desire, therefore, absolute Shanti. It is mentioned as the Nirvana Pada, Turiya Pada. One of the important things not to be missed in this shloka, along with every important thing, is Tavad Vicharayeto. So, in the Vedanta, it is the path of Vicharana only to discover the ever eternally existing our own self. Through the Vicharana, the Avicharana and the Ajnana go away. Then what happens? The Anubhuti comes about ourselves. And that is infinite self. Therefore, it has no desire, they have absolute Shanti. That is the Turiya Pada, the ultimate Pada. If that is the Turiya Pada, fourth, then what are the other three Padas? The Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, in which there is no absolute Vishranti. There is no infinitude. There are continuous kamanas in us. There is no chance of vichara. There is no desire to go to the Tagnya Mahatmas. There is no study of Shastra. There is no Siddhantika Tattva Jnana. At the most, he may be doing some upasanas, yajna, that also for his own purpose of upadhi related jiva. You understood? So, this is how the two ways. So, Vicharana and all other sadhanas are Spashta Rupena indicated here. Now, when one realizes this self, further he says, Turiya Vishranti Yuktasya, the one who has found that infinite peace because of realizing his Turiya Sthiti, the beyond Sthiti. The Turiya also means Jnata Jnana Jnaya ke beyond. Turiya also means Jiva Jagat Ishvara beyond. Any Triputi. Three Guna Atita Sthiti, three Deha Atita Sthiti, त्रि अवस्था अतीत स्थिति, त्रि व्यक्तित्व अतीत स्थिति. It is beyond the Ishvara Jiva Jagat Bheda Sthiti or the Jnata Jnana Jniya Sthiti or Stula Sukshma Karana Atita Sthiti. That Turiya Vishranti Yuktasya, the one who has yoked himself to the Turiya Pada and now he is in that Vishranta Anubhuti, Pratipasya Bhavarnavat. Therefore, he has gone beyond the ocean of Pratipa Samsara. He will not be tossed up in anything because he has discovered his essential self. Therefore, Jivato Ajivataschaiva. He may be in the body till the body is there, called as Jivan Mukti. When the body perishes, he is said to be in the Videha Mukti. In both cases, whether he is Grahastasya Tatha Yatehe. He can be a Yati also, he can be a Grahastha also after the moksha. Then, na kritena artaha na akrutena. He has got no meaning in doing something, means not going to gain anything, not he is going to lose anything by not doing anything. So to Shruti Smriti Vibhramayihi, he is freed from the Vibhrama of any more Shruti Smriti. Means what? The essence of Shruti Smriti caught. He did. He experienced it. Therefore, he doesn't need anyway anymore the support of the Shruti Smriti now. He has realized the self. Shruti Smriti Vibhramayihi na. Then finally, Nirmandara iva ambodhihi. He is in that oceanic infinite bliss, like the ocean without Mandaradi Parvatas disturbing it. In that calm, quiet, infinite, blissful self, he will be there. And mind you, in that self, with the power of the self, infinite worlds may be projected, may be sustained, may be dissolved. That never touches the peace of him. And it is said, all these arriving, departing worlds projected ones are somewhere in some corner in that infinite blissful self. Therefore, Nirmandara Iva Arnavaha is a beautiful quotation or example. Sathishtati yatha sthitam. So he is just the ever existing pure self only, he gets established. So therefore, go to the Guru, do the preliminaries, get the final direction guidance of Tattvamasi Mahavakya Vichara. With that, know the self. This is what is advice. Sri Vaashishtha for all of us. In that only there is Shanti Mukti. Now, as it was said about while giving you the satsang on the Tattva, we will be giving you lot of Katha Akhyayikas, lot of Upamanas, lot of Drishtantas. So be sincere, tune to the truth, tune to the Guru, then only through that Upamana, what is conveyed, that alone is caught, and non essentials can be given up. Else, the non essential is understood or focused on, the main essence will be forgotten. And other than Upamana examples, teacher cannot teach us. Other than Vicharana, we cannot dispel the covering layers on the self and discover the self as it is. That's why he says, Ekamshenopamanaam upameya sadharmata bodhavyam bodhya bodhaya nastheyam bodha chanchuna. So, Ekamshena upamananam means upamananam eka amshena. One part and parcel of the upamana, the example. With that, upameya sadharmata. There is sadharma with the upameya, the thing, the self, the Brahman that is to be taught. Therefore, with that ekamshata of the upamana, the upameya, the Paramatmaka, which is bodhavya vastu to be known, bodhya bodhaya. So, bodhya bodhaya bodhavyam. Bodhya, the Paramatma. Bodhaya, to understand him. Bodhavyam, we should understand. What? Ekamsha upamana for the conveyance of the upameya Paramatma. So, उदाहरण का एक हिस्सा जो बोधव्य वस्तु को जानने में पर्याप्त है. उस एक हिस्सा को यूज करके बोधव्य वस्तु का बोध पाना. डू दैट. Be in that way very pure in heart with faith in the Guru and Guru words. And then Nasteyam Bodha Chanchuna. Nasteyam Bodha Chanchuna means what? Don't live only at the tongue level of talking, but allow the knowledge of the Upameya, the Bodhya, to sink in the heart. Neither with the tongue refute what Guru is saying about the Bodhya Vastu, because of example being not completely similar to the self. Whole example will not be same like the Paramatma which is indicated through it. So पूरा example इस परमात्मा के विषय में सूट नहीं हो रहा. Therefore I will not accept the Paramatma. This is one type of Bodha Chanchuta. At the lip level refusing. Another one, at the lip level he has got it. He is talking also, but he has not made it enter into his head. The knowledge of the self through the upamanas, through the udaharanas, through the drushtantas, through the yuktis, through the mahavakyas. So the two stages, the intellectual clarity regarding the nature of self, the place of its availability, the way to reach it. First one. Second is what? Never be satisfied with the intellectual thing. Do all the sadhanas that are told and reach out to that experience. So the one who doesn't experience but only talks at the tongue level, and the one who talks at the tongue level only to refute the jnana given by the Guru, he is called here as Bodha Chanchu. ज्ञान के बारे में बोलता है ऑपोजिट और फेवर में, लेकिन खुद को ज्ञान नहीं है. इज कॉल्ड बोध चंचु. So nastheyam bodha chanchuna, don't remain as a bodha chanchu. Means either non-convinced person with full confusion or convinced but non-realized person. दोनों bodha chanchu है. So get convinced, use that conviction for sadhana and do sadhana for experiencing it. Then you are not a bodha chanchu, but you are a bodha atma now, the realized self. So wonderful thoughts now. Listen. Yaya kayachit yuktya tu bodhavyam bodhyameva cha. Yukta yuktam na pashyanti vyakulaha bodha chanchavaha. So yaya kayachit yuktya tu bodhavyam bodhyameva te. Te to you by you, Rama. The bodhavya Brahma Tattva has to be fully convinced intellectually. By any means you are convinced about it, that means is correct. So to by all sadhanas, you have to make an aparoksha anubhuti of that self indicated. Then whatever the sadhana you have adopted, which took you to the anubhuti of Paramatma, that is correct. That's the meaning of yaya kayaji yuktya tu bodhavyam bodhyamevacha. The intellectual apprehension and experiential gaining of the Brahman has to. That is bodhavya vastu. So bodhavyam yaya kaya cha yaya kadachit yaya kayachit yuktya, that bodhavya should be bodhya. बोधव्य वस्तु का ज्ञान होना चाहिए हमको. If not, yukta yuktam na pashyanti vyakula bodha chanchavaha. Don't remain like the bodha chanchu. Why? Because yukta yuktam na pashyanti. He is not smart enough, he is not subtle enough, he is not pure enough, he has not done his sufficient upasanadi to be blessed with that special sixth sense to catch that bodhavya. Yukta yuktam na pashyanti. And the bodha chanchu. Why it is so? Because vyakulaha. Because he is disturbed. The two disturbances are, one disturbance is because he is still seeking the worldly things. Second is he has not got Shastra's words. Therefore, he is Vyakula. In the teaching of the Guru, to understand the self, that he gives up what is ayuktam. With his own interpretation, he tries to understand something other than the self. That's called as Bodha Chanchu again. है ना, व्याकुलाः बोधचञ्चवः युक्तायुक्तं न पश्यन्ति. So here lot of things: sympathy with the guru, sympathy with the shastra, sympathy with the teacher, sympathy with ourselves. Thus catch exactly what is said about the truth. Don't become Bodha Chanchu. Now the Bodha Chanchu is defined again in the next mantra completely by Sri Vaashishtha ji. He says, beautiful thought, listen it. Hridaye samvidakashe vishrante nubhavatmani vastunyanartam yaha praha bodha chanchuh sa uchyate. Very good shloka, very worthy of listening. Again I'll chant. Hridaye samvidakashe vishrante nubhavatmani vastunyanartam yaha praha bodha chanchuh sa uchyate. That vastu is there, and not recognizing that vastu, this Bodha Chanchu talks so much of nonsense. What is that vastu? One by one. Hridaye. It is there in the Hridaya. Samvida, as the pure consciousness, awareness. Akashe, as the Akasha. In the Hridaya Akasha, this self-truth is there as the Samvid, the witness, the awareness, the Chaitanya. So there is a Hridaya is there, in that Akasha is there, in that Hridaya Akasha, totally permeating is that Siddhakasha, that is called here as Samvito. And in that, none of the Prakriti is three gunas Prakopa, therefore any type of disturbance is not there. Therefore Vishrante. Hridaya, Samvidakash, Samvito, Akasha, Vishrante, then Anubhava Atmani. And is this Anubhava Atma? Is a self which is continuously being experienced by us, but we are not looking at. See, there are two things: Jagad Anubhava, second is Atma Anubhava. Because we are preoccupied with the Jagad Anubhava, Atma Anubhava, though it is happening, we are not aware of it. How can I be without the Atman? They batao. And Atma is Anubhava Swarupa only. Become little subtle to catch this point. The self is of the nature of experience. So, Anubhava Rupi Atma in the Hridaya Akasha, in the form Samvit, it is very much there, okay, in the Hridaya. That Vastuni, even though that is there, Anartham Yaha Praha, that such self is not there. Seen Jagat alone is real. Even if that self is there, nobody can realize it. No use of realizing it. About that self, anything anartham that is spoken by whomever that person is called as Bodha Chanchuhu. Saha Uchyate. Like this, he is not there, or is not approachable, or it is not his nature, and obtaining him will not give the moksha. It is very impossible to catch him, very tough to catch him. Such self is not there only. If it is there, it should have appeared in front of us so that we could have recognized. These are all talking anartha of that Paramatma Vastu. Such one is called Bodha Chanchu. You can talk this Bodha Chanchu in a million ways. He talks about the reality of the world. He will be a Nastika. He will talk only about the Bhoga Vastus of the world. He will not be going into the subtler level of thinking about the whole world being an effect. It must be having a Karana. Whole world is a projection. It must have substratum. These things he can't understand. Therefore, Vastuni Anartham Yaha Pashyati Saha Bodha Chanchu Uchyate. On that Paramatma who does all Bhakvas is Bodha Chanchu. And that Paramatma is Hridaye Samvita Akashe Anubhavatmani. Vastuni. Hridaye Samvida Akashe. हृदये संविदाकाशे विश्रान्तेऽनुभवात्मनि वस्तुनि अनर्थं यः प्राह बोधचञ्चु Husa uchyate vishrante. Vishranti means in that state of experience, all the shrama shranti goes. You know, like the river merging in the ocean, its shrama of running, etc., comes to an end. When the rain raining from the clouds, when the drop of water touches the ground, the Vishranti. Then the flight in the airspace, traveling, landed and went into its bus, wherever it is parked. Vishranti. Isn't it? In this way, that Atma Anubhuti is Vishranta Anubhuti. Vishranti also means one is all efforts are gone, second is absolute peace it is. Shanti Vishranti. Then after na kuch पाना है ना कुछ खोना है ना कुछ करना है, all that samsara ends. That self we have to find with the vicharana. Gurtum, yaad rakh lo. Then he says, abhimana vikalpam shaihi agno gnaptim vikalpayet bodham malinayatyantaha swam kham abda iva amalam. First example is kham abda iva amalam. Kham akasha amalam, pure, abda cloud malam. Like the pure akasha is being clouded, impurified by the clouds. Nirmala Akasha looks like Malina Yukta with all those dark black spots of clouds. You can see the difference between Nirmala Akasha and Megha Akasha, Megha Yukta. Nirmala Akasha, bluish in color, so crystal clear. When the Meghas are there, the clouds, it does the malinata of the cloud. As in the same way, in continuation of what is said in the earlier shlokas, the Bodha Chanchu. Why he behaves like that? It is given ki abhimana, because of his prejudice, his own arrogance, his own individuality, ahankara, ego, obviously, jiva bhava, identify the upadhis very strongly. That's called abhimana. Therefore, vikalpamshaihi, he just, instead of seeing the truth as it is straight, he just prefers to imagine with his mind the vikalpas. है ना, like the person who has seen the rope as rope, he is telling भैया ये rope है. But this fellow, he has got his own अभिमान कि मैं देख रहा हूँ, मेरे आंख सब ठीक ठाक है. Therefore he projects from his own mind vikalpa that there is a snake. See, in many cases you can see that we are telling something truth, but the fellow in front doesn't want to listen only. You have all evidences, you have seen it, you have experienced it. अब आप कहते हो तो बंदा जो घमंडी होता है ना, वो आपकी बात सुनता ही नहीं. हो because abhimana, and he says his own words vikalpa. Like cricket match, evening 9 o'clock, you are telling him इस ball पे 4 होएगा, he says नहीं out होएगा, it is a 4. Again in the next ball you say out होएगा, he says नहीं sixer बनेगा, but really out होता है. Then whatever you are saying is correct, but that fellow doesn't listen at all, and he doesn't ask you also यार तू जो भी कह रहा है कैसे ठीक हो रहा है. Then he says मैं तो लाइव मैच देखा था, अभी हाईलाइट है. I have seen the live, the highlights, therefore I know it. So the Jnani has seen the self life. No, he is teaching it to that is this fellow, but he has got his abhimana. He has got the vikalpa, shakti in him. Wherever what he does it, abhimana vikalpam sahi, that agnya, that ignorant person, jnaptim, on the pure self, vikalpayet, accept it as a pure self, he does every vikalpa on it. On the basis of this only, you can see in our Mandukya Upanishad in the second Vaitatya Prakarana, Gaudapada Acharyaji proves to us, tells to us that how many Ananta Koti Vikalpas that people imagine on the self. In that, the 35 Vikalpas he shows there. Prana iti pranavidaha, bhutani iti cha tadvidaha, guna iti gunavidaha. Like that, on the pure self, because of non-apprehension of it, because of their capacity of the misapprehension, they do the so much of vikalpas. All of that is called Atma Maya. Kalpayatyatmanatmanam Atma Deva Swamaya. Beautifully it is mentioned there. Here also, on the pure Paramatma, he does the Jiva Jagadishwara Kalpana. Then so many Jivas Kalpana, so many Lokas Kalpana. All of that done by the Agnya Purusha. Ubadhi Kalpana, Jiva Bhava Kalpana, Karma Faladi. This is the meaning of Abhimana Vikalpa Amshai Agnya Jnaptim Vikalpayet. By doing that Vikalpa and the Jnapti, botham Malinayati Antaha. He just impurifies that pure self. Swam Bodham Antaha Malinayanti. His own self, instead of realizing it as it is only projecting the not self and identifying with it, like the pure Akasha is impurified by the clouds. That's what Bodha Chanchu. In that Bodha Chanchu, all those who speak about everything else other than the Parabrahma Tattva, all of them come as Bodha Chantu, Bodha Chanchu. Those who are speakers of the Ishwaravada, who is the speaker of the Jivavada, who is the speakers of the Aneka Punya Papavada, Yajnopasana Vada, Uttama Loka Prapti Vada, कहते हैं ना ये सारे बोध चंचु ही है. Because the absolute self they are not talking. Whatever they are talking is the things that are projected on the self. Very powerful, na? See, this we are able to understand in this manner because we have studied our Upanishads. Because we studied our Upanishads, Bhagavan Rama and Rishi Parampara are giving us permission to study the Yoga Vaashishtha Maha. Giving us that 0.00.1% of 0.1% of ability to little understand. So Abhimana and Vikalpa ke dwara Abhimana Vikalpamshahi Agnya, this ignorant person, Jnaptim Vikalpayet. Instead of seeing the self as it is, he is seeing the Vikalpa on that. Bodham Malinayati Anta. So if you see it objectively, in the pure Brahman, he is projecting Jiva Jagatishwara, or he is projecting Veshti Samashti, or he is projecting Stula Sukshma Karanadi. Subjectively, if you see, because Swam word is used here, na, ki some bodham malinayati means the pure self inside himself, the consciousness, is impurifying it by projecting on it, by his own projectional ability of mind, the three thoughts of the Jnata, Jnanam, Gneyam. The Jnata, the knower, the Jnanam, the known, the Gneyam, known, sorry. The Gneyam is known, the Jnanam, the knowledge of the known. These are the Kalpana and the Shuddha Bodha. Therefore, they have done the Malinata of the Bodha. So instead of having the unconditional, thought free, pure consciousness, we have thought conditioned knowledge only. What is explained as Jnanam, in that Maha, in that Brahma Swarupa Lakshanas, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, by Bhashyakara in Taitira Upanishad, is this only. Shuddha Jnapti Swarupa, pure consciousness, not projected the triputi of the thoughts of Jnata Jnanam Gneyam. And in that, Bhagavan Shankara tells that this Jnata Jnana Gneya triputi vritti is the guha behind which the pure consciousness is there. So this guha is not like the gufa, the cave. It is the projection only. That means when these three triputis are dissolved, that self on which these three are projected, that is experienced. You are always self. There is nobody other than you as the knower, the world as known, and the Narayana knowing of it, and the pramana spirit of the Indriyas. ये सारा शुद्ध चैतन्य आत्मा में आरोपित है अज्ञान के साथ. अभिमान अज्ञान, अज्ञान अभिमान जीव भाव. So abhimana vikalpamshaihi agnyah jnaptim vikalpayet bodham malinayati antaha swam kham abda iva amalam. Kham amalam kamam abda iva. Abda means the cloud. Kham amalam, the pure akasha. Pure Akasha is impurified as if by the cloud. Now, the importance of this example is the cloud also is projection on the Akasha only. Because in and through the cloud, every corner of it, Akasha is there. By some phenomena, the cloud is projected on the space, and then that cloud alone is impurifying the space. Same way, the Triputi projected on the pure consciousness, impurifying the consciousness itself, means not allowing us to know that we are that consciousness. We are pushed to become as the Jnata, and we are told to know the Gnayam, and we are told to again the Jnanam of the Gnaya Vastu. ये सारा महा मोह माया अंदर हो रहा है, वो इसका एक्सप्रेशन ही बाहर हो रहा है. Otherwise, everything is pure conscious self only. Like pure screen and the play of shadow and light is a projection of the entire movie. फिल्म में पीछे लाइट है, वो लाइट फिल्म के द्वारा गिर रहा है. So as the imprints are there on the film, accordingly, on the screen, the shadow is falling. That's what we call as a movie. So in the Sankalpa Shakti, called as Vasanas, etc., the consciousness expressing as a whole universe. Other than there is nothing called as universe. Pure consciousness through the Vasanas, Kalpita as the world of multiplicities as the Vasanas. Just like as the Vasanas, we have projected the Swapnavastha. No difference at all between that and this Jagrat. Bodha Chanchu doesn't want to go deep into this knowledge. He'll be either lip Vedantin or he'll be at the lip level only, rejects all Vedanta. दोनों लिप लेवल पे रिजेक्ट करने वाले नास्तिक है ही, और लिप लेवल में बोलने सुनने वाले यू एंड आई विदाउट एक्सपीरियंसिंग इट, और एटलीस्ट ट्राइंग टू एक्सपीरियंस, वेर ऑल बोध चंचु. आत्मा का आप समर्थन करो या आप आत्मा का विमर्शा करो, यू बोथ आर बोध चंचु. विमर्शा करने वाला एनिमी बोध चंचु, समर्थन करने वाला is only doing samarthana of the Atmastu, but is not experiencing it as his own self. And for both of them, there is no moksha. Okay. Therefore, Vicharana ke dwara reach to that self in which there are no vikalpas possible. That's how become bodha prapta jivan mukta. Don't remain as bodha chanchu only. Right? Next one. श्लोका नंबर हम 16 से अब देखेंगे. 15th तक we have finished the topics of continuation of the upamana upameya sambandha, how we have to be taking care, and the other most important topic of entire sadhana in 4 or 5 steps told. Then in that, don't remain as a bodha chanchu, only at the mouth level the knowledge. It should go to mastiska in understanding, and by doing the due vicharana, experience it also. That is what is said so far. Okay. This, after seeing so, now the name of this chapter being Pramana Nirupanam. From here, the Pramana Vishayas are discussed. In generally, Pramana are those by which the Prama of the Prameya is gained by the Pramata. Prama is knowledge. Prameya means of the object of which it is a knowledge. Pramatam is the knower. The Pramana is the means. So there is a tree. It's a Prameya Vastu. The knowledge of the tree, it is called as Prama. The eye is the Pramana. I am seeing it, the eyes. The me, the aham inside me is the Pramata, the knower. So Pramata knows the Prama of the Prameya through Pramana. The Pramana, the means of knowledge. Some say 2 Pramana, some say 3, some say 4. Vedanta accepts 6 Pramanas for the knowledge in general, any knowledge. Others accept only 3 or 4. Arthapatya Anupalabdhi, they don't. We do join them also. But in all these Pramana, remember, only the Shabda Pramana is there for Paramatma. Shabda Pramana means Upanishad Vakya spoken by the Guru. Shabda Pramana or Apta Vakya Pramana are same. Through that only the truth is, remember, apprehended, understood. But finally, even the truth is Pratyaksha Anubhava Pramana only. Two ways. Only when you know the Anubhava of it, that its existence is fully apprehended. Second is, then only the Mukti comes. By only saying Am Brahmasmi, Mukti will not come. Am Brahmasmi, Anubhava only gives Mukti, and that Anubhava only clears all final doubts. Therefore, the Anubhava only becomes authentic final Pramana. But before that, by other Pramanas, we may fail to fully apprehend the Brahman. Therefore, only the Apta Vakya Pramana, Apta means the one who already obtained the self and is a well wisher of us. Apta has two meanings. One is he has obtained the self, two, he is a well wisher of us. So, the Apta, with the help of the Shastra, he teaches us. That's called as Shabda Pramana. Pratyaksha Pramana means which you see through the Indriyas. Anumana Pramana is through the inference logic. Upamana Pramayana is through the examples. Then Arthapatti, Anupalabdhi are the Pramanas. We will study all that in one of the text of Adi Shankar Bhagavan, Pramana Nirupana. That is there in Vedanta Paribhasha very exhaustively. कभी टाइम मिला तो इस जन्म में देखते हैं after 10 years. First we have to go through it. Now it is clear. Pramana Vichara means here talk about Pratyaksha Pramana. Here Pratyaksha is not Indriya Gochara. Even Indriyas are not required. Indriyas also are illumined in that Prakash of the Paramatma only. That experienced as myself. In the Vedantic acceptance, that direct anubhuti of self as self is also called as Pratyaksha Pramana. Like the Indriya Pratyaksha also. This is called as Indriya Pratyaksha. That's called as Chaitanya Pratyaksha. Means he has gone deep into that inquiry so much. Yeah, Vicharana. All these Rupanamas that are seen outside, all the Indriya Mana which are seeing that Rupanama, that he transcended. He has gone to the root level. Their root level is everything Chaitanyam only. So in Vedanta Paribhasha, Tatra Pratyaksham Chaitanyam Eva. That's how it starts. For ordinary people, Pratyaksha Pramanas are Panchajnanindriyas, through which Pratyaksha Anubhava of the Prameya Vastu, you have it. Prama of the Prameya Vastu. So here are the Pramana for sounds. So you listen it, Pratyaksha Pramana. Smell for the smell, nose. I smelled it, yeah, rose ka smell aa raha hai. I looked with my eyes, that's a red color. Yeah, touched it is very cold to the hand. Then tasted, yeah, it is sweet. They are Pratyaksha Pramana. Indriya Gochara. It's called Indriya Pratyaksha Pramana. But for a Vicharaka who has followed this text and Upanishads and the teachings of Guru, in the highest level of deepest Vicharana, he will transcend all these Indriyas. He says, Indriya कहाँ से काम कर रहे हैं? मन के कारण. मन कहाँ से काम कर रहा है? चेतना के कारण. So he looks from the Chaitanya standpoint. He has reached to the Chaitana level. Therefore, for us, the Pramana is Indriyas and the Pratyaksha Pramana Indriyas say what we see is the world. For him, the Pramana is Chaitanya. With the Chaitanya Pramana, the thing which he is seeing is also Chaitanya. And that is seen on Atma Rupena. That's why it's called as Aparoksha Chaitanya Atma Anubhuti. That alone he sees everything. Everything is that only. Like for a wave, when it discovers itself to be water, what is there for it other than the water in whatever the form you and I see? When an ornament discovers itself to be the gold, what is there to it other than itself the gold in every ornament? For the one who has not seen the gold as gold, for him many ornaments. In that way, here he says, Sarva Pramana Sattanam Padam Abdhirasam Iva Apam Iva Pramanamekameveha pratyaksham tad atah shrunu. So sarva pramana sattana. For all the pramanas to exist, anumana, upamana, shabda, arthapatti, and upalabdhi, for all the pramanas, including the indriya pratyaksha pramana, sarva pramana sattanam, pramanam ekameva iha. Only one is the basic pramana. What is that? Pratyaksham. Tad ataha shrunu. Therefore, I am going to tell you about the Chaitanya Pratyaksha Pramana explanation. On the basis of this only, the other 6 Pramanas work. है ना? Like in Sadachara or in those texts, what is said here is, in the presence of consciousness only, the entire Pramana Vichara goes on. Pramata cha prameyam cha pramanam, in the presence of whom they are there. है ना? Like I say Jiva and talk about Jiva, Jiva Swarupa Lakshana. I say Jagat and I talk about Jagat, Jagat Swarupa Lakshana. And then I say Ishvara and Ishvara Swarupa Lakshana I talk. But these 3 are there discussed by me only because I am conscious first. I am consciousness. Isn't it? This consciousness nahi hai, तो what are the other pramanas will work? बताओ. Therefore, the consciousness is the main pramana, because of which other pramanas are there. Point 1, 2. This consciousness is pratyaksha, not indriya pratyaksha. It is both a pratyaksha, because I am consciousness. Nobody can say that I am inert or what do you say, inert. Everybody says I am conscious only. We may be at the buddhi level ignorant. That's different. Maybe the mind level or indriya level, faculties में कोई कमी पेशी है, so there we may say. But then, can any living being say I am unconscious? I am conscious slowly. I am consciousness. That is, it cannot be paroksha. It is pratyaksha only. Isn't it? If consciousness is an object, then it is, anything object is jada only. How can you call it as consciousness? Then if it is consciousness, if I am contrasted to it, I must be jada. But I don't experience myself to be jada. So this is how this yoga Vaashishtha, our intellect makes our intellect very sharp. मांडुक्य का स्थाई में है ये. मांडुक्य इज ओनली, पूरा घूम फिरा के 215 श्लोक है. इट हैज गॉट 28,000. वी हैव टू गो थ्रू ऑल इट. जितना जहां हो सके हम पकड़ेंगे, जो नहीं हो सका अगले जन्म के लिए छोड़ेंगे. But anyway, in a relaxed mood, we are not killing or passing the time, but we are trying to divinize our time. Luckily, we have Rama, we have Vaashishtha to bless us, and all the Guru Parampara. आज नहीं तो कल हमको समझाएंगे. बस हमें उनको प्रतिज्ञा करनी है. जब तक आप नहीं समझाओगे तब तक हम क्लास नहीं छोड़ेंगे. जब तक आप समझाओगे हम आते रहेंगे. So here we have seen Sarva Pramana Sattanam Pramanam Ekam Eva Iha. That is Pratyaksham. Tad Atha. Therefore, Suno Shrunu. Example is Abdi Apamiva. Like wherever the waters are there. Water maybe in a pond, a lake, in a well, or in a river, or in a rivulet or canal, or in the form of glaciers there. Wherever the water is there. Even in you and me, the water content 70 or 72 or 84% bolte. Wherever water is there, you understand it or not, accept or not, the ocean is the cause of all the water. Abdi is Parama Srotas for all water anywhere. The water in the clouds, the water in the rains. अब पत्ते में जो वाटर होता है वो भी समुद्र का ही पानी है. So, like Abdi Apam Iva. Like for the water, the ocean is the cause or the base or the reason. Same way, for all the pramanas to exist, the Pratyaksha Pramana is the one, which is Chaitanya Pratyaksha. So, Pramanam Ekam Eveha Pratyaksham. Ataha Shrunu. I know just when you understand all this Vedanta Paribhasha and really go into the deep meditation, two things will happen. Dehendra Mana Buddhi are showing the world as it was showing, as it was shown earlier also, like to others. But through this Vicharana and Dhyana, that which is not experienced by others, we experience, that is Atmanubhuti. Means I am the Atman who is experiencing us all these things. See, all are seeing rivers, oceans, etc. But this person has seen the water also, which is substratum. All are seeing all ornaments, but he has seen the gold, including ornaments. And the position of both of them. The gold is reality, ornaments projected. Why projected? Because it's the Shakti of the gold to express like that. Who are you to ask? And when that point that it is Ishvara Shakti Parabrahmas manifesting as the world, okay, when that discussion is sorting out the issue, why are you making another issue? परमात्मा का अनंत माया शक्ति से परमात्मा ही जगत के रूप में कल्पित हो रहे हैं, रियल नहीं है. No, you accept it, that problem is sorted out now. In any case, Jagat is not our goal. Maya is not our goal. Why are you caught up in it? That fellow is called Bodha Chanchu, who is worried about Jagat and Maya more than Paramatma. आम खा लो, पेट भर गया, मजा आएगा ना. Yesterday said, no, the bhodana is kept in front of you. Eat it. Why are you worried of the source where from it has come and all? Source means inquiring about the who is the किसान, किसने प्लो किया वगैरह, किसे किया है. Why are you worried? And the beauty is what? By keeping away the worry about Jagat and Maya, when you inquire and realize yourself, after realizing, you yourself will get the answer. Until you are holding on to the questions of this thought, you will never enter into the self, therefore you will never get answer to this. मजा आता है डिस्कशन. ठीक है, अब लेट अस स्लोली डे बाय डे डूइंग 5, 6, 7, 8 श्लोकास डिपेंडिंग ऑन द डेप्थ ऑफ देम वी ट्राई टू ग्रास्प. राइट, टुडे प्रत्यक्ष प्रमाण इंट्रोडक्शन हुआ 6-7 श्लोकों में, कल उसको बताएंगे हमको. नॉट एट ऑल डिफिकल्ट, इट्स ऑलरेडी सेड टुडे, है ना. इट्स ओनली आवर non-attentiveness to that Chaitanya. Otherwise, in the absence of Chaitanya, nothing is seen. Everything is seen in Chaitanya only. Rather, what is seen is Chaitanya only. You understood? You are not seeing the world. You are seeing the Chaitanya Atma only, but not believing it. Like you are seeing the snake rope only, but you are saying it is a rope. You are not believing what you are seeing. You are seeing rope. On that you projected the snake and you say snake is real. You are seeing Chaitanya only. You are seeing your own self only. There is nothing other than you. On that the seer scene projection ho gaya, then the scene is called as Jada and seer is called as Chaitanya. It's a very peculiar Vedantic guides when you reach. Even in the intellectual understanding, our outlook of the world changes. And on the seat of meditation, spending some lives, when that core, the sublime substratum is touched, then that ahamannam ahamannadaha. I am the food, the eaten, the consumed, the drishya, and I am annadaha. I am the eater, the consumer, the drashta. वही बताएंगे अभी आगे के श्लोकों में. That Chaitanya only is dichotomized as drashta and drishya. We are now in that state of identifying ourselves as drashta and calling the world as drishya. Without drashta, drishya cannot be. Without Chaitanya, the drashta cannot be. The Chaitanya Atma is the reality. It is pratyaksha. Like when I am seeing a mountain, I am not seeing mountain. I am seeing conscious self. And there is no conscious self seeing or seen. Only consciousness experience. So in the consciousness, the play of the projection of the seer and seen is happening. That's why in the seen also there is consciousness. In the seer also there is consciousness. Seen is a thought, seer is a thought. Thought, if not illumined by the consciousness, it can never exist on. So to that extent, the inquiry goes. Same thing is done in the yoga bhasha as the viveka khyati. What you call through the vicharana reaching to Chaitanya is called as viveka khyati. There, sattva purusha anyatha khyati. Sattva is antakarana, purusha is the Chaitanya. दोनों का अलगपन. There in yoga, the sattva, the prakriti is given simultaneous reality along with the purusha, but no more touching purusha. That is a moksha for purusha. But in Vedanta, ekameva advayam kaha hai. Therefore, that sattva also is inseparable power of Paramatma. At the sthai of Paramatma, it is totally merged in Paramatma, undifferentiated. Like, where is my speech when I don't speak? It is merged in my consciousness, undifferentiated. Isn't it? But they say it is their Shakti separate. हम कहते हैं एकमेव अद्वयम ब्रह्म, श्रुति ने कहा ना, एकम कहा, एकमेव कहा, एकमेव अद्वयम कहा, और नेह नाना अस्ति भी कहा. अब इतना कहने के बाद हाउ डू यू ब्रिंग प्रकृति? इट क्रिएट्स द्वैत, नो? तो हमको श्रुति प्रमाण है वेदांतियों को. इसलिए दे से देयर इज नो प्रकृति आल्सो, ओनली प्योर कॉन्शियसनेस. It is an undifferentiated way existing in Paramatma. At that level, it is not existing. Only Paramatma is existing. When Paramatma realizes that power existing in him, immediately he wants to express it. That how the whole world is projected. Right? Little of these thoughts daily when we listen, there may be chance for our intellects to become sharpened. Though this is heavy stuff, but then this is what saves us later on. if ये हेवी करके आध्यात्मिकता का छोड़ोगे तो ये सारे जगत को जो है रूपनामात्मक है, हमेशा की तरह हमेशा के लिए इसमें वो फंसे ही रहेंगे इन दोज वेराइटी ऑफ सांसारिक डूइंग्स एंड गेनिंग्स. Isn't it? And those who say, ठीक है Swami, is very heavy to me, Vedanta, I want to be lost in the samsara, and okay, once in a while I do Krishna Rama Shiva पूजा. अब जाओ, कौन रोकेगा तुमको? इफ यू आर, तुम अपने दिल से हार रहे हो तो मैं क्या करूं? No guru will force anybody. It is Arjuna asked, therefore Krishna taught. It is Parikshit asked, therefore Shukadevji taught. It is Shaunakaji asked, therefore who is he? Angirasaji taught. तुम्हारे अंदर श्रद्धा मतलब ज्ञान नहीं है, श्रद्धा सुनने को जाओ. देयर इज नो सेंटिमेंट. इफ इट इज नो फ्रॉम योर साइड, और तुमको अपना ज्ञान पाकर इच्छा नहीं है मोक्ष पाने का, तो व्हाई विल आई फोर्स ऑन यू? गो. दैट्स ए ट्रू गुरु नेवर गोज टू द डिसाइपल. He, the true disciple, he himself goes to the Guru and says, Tattva padao. Guru says, these are the conditions. Don't be a bodha chanchu. All that. Let us see tomorrow. Little of a Pratyaksha Vichara. Pratyaksha Pramana. Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnasya Purnameva. Om Shant. Shri GURUBHYO. Thank you, friends. Wonderful text as we proceed further. ओम न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चंद्र तारक नेमा विदितो तमेव बंतु तस्य मंगलम गुरुदेवाय. बोल श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. योगवासी महारामायण शास्त्र की जय. वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेद व्यास ब्रह्म विद्या. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज आज के जा. हर भारत माता की जय. सनातन धर्म की जय. वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृति की जय. अध्यात्म जीवन दान की जय. समस्त श्रोता गण की जय. Thank you. Join in 2 minutes for our another text.